Happy birthday to me. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Janet, happy birthday.
Thank you. This is the show that almost wasn't. Be right back in 30 seconds. Hey, everybody. I have to get into this really fast. We may lose internet connection. Did not have any internet connection up until about 40 minutes ago. So I'm going to ask my personal friends and family to kindly refrain from sending me chat messages. I love you all to pieces. I will get to you on Facebook as soon as I can, because even the littlest jolt could knock off this broadcast. Hope that this video finds everybody doing well this live broadcast. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City. And guess what? I save money too. And today I turned 62 years young. Hey, young. I got young right here. How you doing, Steve Young?
Good, how are you? I like your little pun there. Yeah.
Steve, I'm always young when I'm around you.
Well,
how you doing? You okay?
Say, as JJ from Good I'm doing fine. I just thought about something. This is being a little sarcastic. Just think about something in a YouTube world. This could be Janet's birthday live, the lost tapes.
What a disaster. You're not kidding, Steve. Poor Steve didn't even know if he was going to be on or not, because I didn't even know if I was going to be on or not. So thank you, everybody, in advance. I'll go to the comments after I answer the viewers' questions, of which, can you imagine? Look how many. Look how many. Look how many. Look how many. Now, I hope that doesn't scare you away, but wow. Thank you so much. I know. Thank you so much for your questions, everyone. And I promise to come back to the comment section immediately after that. So I'm going to head right to it. I have to put on my trusty glasses, my happy birthday glasses. Yeah. Okay, so Pam had asked, which birthday was the most special to me and why? Well, Pam, I have to tell you, I actually did an entire video about that. And it happened when I believe I was either 39 or 40. I don't remember the exact year of age, but it was a special birthday to me because everything I touched turned to gold. And it started off with a $20 bill that landed on my shoe from the wind. And then everything else that day turned to gold. I went into a diner. I bought, just like, reducing the length of time of the story, I bought lottery tickets from that 20. I spent only 5 out of it, and I hit another $100. I went home. It was my birthday, and my husband, he's unfortunately deceased, that husband, wonderful man, he had rose petals on the floor with like 10 cards, and every one of them had a monetary gift in them.
Wow.
So it was special. Yeah, it was special. And even if he didn't put money in them, it would still have been special. That day, everything I touched turned to gold. Okay, literally. Yeah. Okay, so Money Mom has a question. She wants to know my advice on living a longer life. And here's my answer. How long you live is up to God. How well you live is up to you. Mm-hmm. So that's on you or me or anyone. Just saying. Okay. Leisure 057 blank asks, how do I keep track of my budget? I'm an old-fashioned kind of gal. It's called a pen and a book. Now, I'll give you an example. Here's a typical. In fact, I actually featured this in a video of which I was showing my no-spend days. Okay. Remember the month of November? This is like typical, this type of a book, okay? So in the beginning of the month, I enter my no-spend days so that I don't have can't spend days in the future, but that's a whole other video. Pen and paper calculator, old-fashioned lady. Just saying. Okay, next question. Vida, happy on a budget, and more. She wants to know my favorite food, of which I'm going to have tonight. I want it because I like it. It's breaded chicken cutlets or veal cutlets. I like either one. I love that with mashed potatoes and corn. That's my favorite dinner. It's like, I don't know, it's like a little kid dinner, but it's, maybe that's a little kid in me, but I love it. What I do not like to eat is cottage cheese. Ugh. Those lumps. Oh, gosh. Anything like lumpy like that. Well, I'm not a milk fan. So if I'm not a milk fan.
Yeah, that pretty much.
However, I love ricotta. I can eat ricotta cheese, no problem. There's no lumps in that, and it tastes really, really good. But I dislike ricotta. I dislike cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese.
My mom, God rest her soul, she loved cottage cheese. I didn't care for it. Okay. Okay. She also asked what one of my biggest fears is: croaking in an airplane crash. Did I say that? Yeah. Dying in an airplane crash. That's my biggest fear. Can't do much about it, Just saying. So
not really, not in that case, you can't.
No, but at least I admit it. All right, now Ellen from Ellen's Abundant Life on Less. Okay, she asked advice to give younger self. Well, here's my answer, dear Ellen, of which will be on our show with the grace of goodness tomorrow with the How Debbie Saves channel. Ellen, here goes. Advice to give my younger self would have been not to stress over the small stuff. Things that truly don't matter. Right, Steve? Did you ever notice us okay, not that you're an old man. What are you, right, old man at 46? Seriously. But even from 46, the psychological difference from 26, have you noticed certain things that just doesn't matter that much anymore? Right?
Yeah, 8, 10, 12 years ago, whatever you want to call it, in my 30s, 20s. Oh, every little thing I sweat. Now that I'm older, it's not a big deal.
Wait till you hit my age. You really start saying who cares?
Yeah, well, unless it's something of major importance or something, then I will sweat it. But if it's, why did you knock the glass off the table? Or it's,
right.
Sugar honey iced tea happens. Figure that one out.
As long as I have my music, I'm happy. Just give me the music. Right? All right. We were on the same page with the music. Okay. Nona Grace asked, and by the way, Nona Grace also has a wonderful channel. Now, she comes from an area called Western New York, okay? And that's upstate, way upstate. Manhattan is downstate, and upstate is upstate. So therefore, and it's country, okay? She wants to know if anyone can think it possible that myself, Janet, can come from the country part of New York. Nona Grace, I love you to pieces. However, gotta look at the camera on this one. With this accent, how do I sound like I'm from upstate? I would give it away in 2 seconds. Upstate people have a better, much more phonetic enunciation of words, whereas Jan from New York City tends to have a slight accent, not much, just right, Steve? Ever so slight.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is up in New York, they would sound a little more like I do. Whereas down in, not that I'm trying to ridicule and I never do that. Whereas down in your neck of the woods, it's go check out your mother and your father.
Yeah, like that.
I'm just trying to kind of.
You watch The Facts of Life, right, Steve? Those old reruns, we watched them together in the afternoon.
Joe.
The character of Joe. From the Bronx. She goes up to, what's that college name there? Wesley, what is that called?
Eastland,
I forgot. And it's supposed to be what? Upstate New York?
Peekskill.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Does she not have a little bit of a downstate?
Oh, yeah.
Kinda,
Absolutely.
They can't make this stuff up. But the actress, she's actually from Forest Hills, Queens. That I know for a fact.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
that
cool.
I know for a fact. Okay. And she does not, And by the way, even from like within the 5 boroughs of New York City, people from Manhattan sound differently than the folks from Brooklyn. If you think I have an accent, cross the Willie B. Bridge. You're in deep doo-doo. Did I just say that?
Yeah. That's okay though.
Hey, it's my birthday. Nah, 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 nah. I can say anything I want.
Well, it's it's a natural thing.
All right. I hope that helps, Nona Grace. Janet Rindell wants to know if I could offer some tips on life advice. Well, first of all, I find it very flattering that you would ask me something like that, because I don't even know how to advise myself half the time, but that's besides the point. But the truth is this: always be you. Don't try to be a cookie cutter, copycat, right, Steve? Don't try to be someone else. Be you. And let me tell you something: the ones who really love you will be there for you.
For you.
Accent,
Right.
no accent, reading glasses, graying hair. You know what I'm saying? Drinks water when she'd rather have coffee. Comes on live at 6:15 sometimes. If they really love you, they'll love you.
Yeah, they will. They will. Regardless of the
Just saying. The other thing, Janet, and by the way, I do love your name, just saying. Encourage and inspire others. Be uplifting. I want people, when they come to my channel, to always walk away feeling better. I don't want to be, as Money Mom calls it, Debbie Downer. And this is no insinuation to my dear friend Debbie from the How Debbie Saves channel, but she just uses that as a rhyming word. I don't want to be a downer. I mean, I want you to come here, have a laugh, go home. Or come here, have a laugh, and be home.
Be home.
Yeah. That's it. We're all here to help each other, not... Oh gosh, can you imagine going to a channel and going, oh, woe is me? I can't deal with that.
No.
I put it this way. I choose not to. I choose not to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that is not sticking your head in the sand, just for saying. That's called making intentional choices to lead a happier life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. And also, Janet, never lose the ability to laugh at yourself if you make a mistake. I don't know if anybody took notice. I made a big blunder on my live show on Monday morning. Did you notice that, Steve?
I did, but you know what?
You noticed it? What was it?
You want me to oh God.
All right. I'll say it. I'm still getting happy birthdays from people on the air. Love you all, but I'm talking about chat window. I hope it doesn't knock out my connection.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, and I don't know why all my happy birthdays are coming to my messenger. I have to change the settings on Facebook. Thank you, Diane, by the way, in case you're watching. The mistake was when I opened the show, I went, hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City. Now, that might have been accurate 15 months ago. I forgot to include Jan from New York City Saves Money.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Blunder. I watched it on playback. I said, what? I said, Jan, you need more coffee, like now.
Well, yeah, you are Jan from New York City, but you kind of do something. You forgot the part.
Well, you know what, Steve? A few times I have been known to say, this is Jan from New York City, in for Jan from New York City. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. I remember you using that in a different way, but
on Facebook, I've done that on Facebook. So, Janet, the final one, it's true. Never lose the ability to laugh at yourself. I laughed until I had tears rolling down my face. I said, nobody noticed that. That's good. I like that. But I noticed it. And also, Dr. Phil said this, so I take no credit. This is my philosophy. It's okay to screw up at times. That's my words. This is how we learn, my words. Dr. Phil's words. Life is managed, not cured. Don't spend your whole life trying to cure everything, to fix everything. Hey, roll with the punches. If you knew what I went through all night long, I tried to reboot my console, my internet. I was blaming me. Meantime, it was Spectrum's fault. There was a huge, massive fire in the East Village, which could have affected some of the lines here. Like 100 firefighters had to get to it. This was about 4 o'clock in the morning. So it might have messed things up. We also had torrential rains overnight. All right. So Eric M. By the way, Eric M is a fellow YouTuber. He has a wonderfully sweet channel. Hi, Eric. How you doing? Now he asked, what are my favorite things to teach? Truly, I love bringing my students closer to Jesus. That, I mean, talk about, I mean, what an opportunity that was for anyone that can do it. You don't have to be certified. You can be a tutor. You could just be yourself. I mean, I don't want to get into religion because, it's just not appropriate sometimes for me to do that. Some people go, oh, no, 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 no. But I will always say how I feel about it. Those are the best days of my life, bringing the kids closer to Jesus. I have no bones about it. I am not ashamed of it. I am very proud of it. So you asked, now I answered. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see what else. My least favorite subject, by the way, Eric, to teach was and is and always will be math. Steve, you know the story. You could have been my student because, you're in that bracket. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I taught Steve's generation of kids. Okay. But I don't look at Steve as a kid. Steve is just, a very, very mature individual. He's like beyond his years. However, when I was in the teaching environment on day one of school every September, I didn't care. I walked up to my blackboard. I turned around and I wrote 3 words. I hate math. The kids were like, what? The teacher? I said, boys and girls, please help me get through this subject. I can't stand it. I hate math. Oh, we'll help you. Don't you worry. If any of my former students are watching, please verify it. Thank you. I would say to them, I hate math. Please help me get through it. Not only did they get through it, they got through it with flying colors. You know why? Because I was honest. I don't like math. I don't like math when I was a kid. I don't like math as a teacher. But we got through it one step at a time. So you get through things one step at a time, even if you don't like it. Okay. Patricia Russell wants to know why I live in the expensive city of New York. Well, Patricia, thank you for your question. But there are many cities throughout this country that are highly expensive. There are places in California that's very expensive, Colorado, all over the place. I was born here. I was bred here. I love it here. I love the high energy. I love the people. I love the everything about it. I just love it. The landmarks. I like being able to roll out of, go a block away. And well, right now things are a little different. But I mean, there's always something going on. There's no chance of boredom in New York. I don't think I could tolerate boredom. No, my family's here. They're number one. I'm a New Yorker. I'll die a New Yorker. I'm proud of it. Got to take the good with the bad. Okay, now, TMO wants to know, by the way, I love you, TMO. You're one of the kindest people ever. TMO wants to know what the key to happiness is. Well, for me, TMO, it's keeping my faith and enjoying this ride called life. Now, I have to tell you, this morning was not a ride. It was a roller coaster. It was worse than being, now, this is ironic, because on my favorite TV show, Leave It to Beaver yesterday, Beaver had to face his fear. Do you remember that episode, Steve, when Beaver had to go on the roller coaster with Eddie Haskell?
Oh, God. Yes, I do.
And he was petrified?
He was scared to death, but if I remember correctly, once he got through it, it was like, hey, this wasn't so bad after all.
That's it. So the thing is, I was listening to my ocean music, not music, ocean sounds to help me go to sleep. And I'm like, oh, I love this. Oh, it feels so good. I'm almost asleep. All of a sudden it stopped. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't shut off my YouTube. Why did it stop? So I checked, tried to put it back on. No. Then it says no internet connection. So I says, all right, I'll, reboot it. No internet connection. I was up the remainder of the night trying to fix something that was beyond fixable because it was not anything to do with my thing. It was a Spectrum issue. Thank you, Spectrum. Just saying. So the point I'm trying to make is you ride a problem like a roller coaster. Was I upset? Yes. highly because I did not want to break my promise to you guys. I didn't want to be the failure. My father taught me strictly about being punctual and attendance. When I was in the 7th grade at my old alma mater that I ended up teaching in, guess what? I had perfect attendance. That was one of my awards that I won graduating. When I graduated the 8th grade, Steve, I got to brag on this. I won the spelling award. I won religion award. I won English award. I won reading award. You would never believe it because sometimes people think, wow, that person's got such a thick accent. Maybe they're not so smart. Maybe the smart ones shouldn't be judged. Maybe they're observant. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Just saying. Now, okay. Pat wants to know my favorite color, winter white, which is like a cream colored white, like that stocking I showed yesterday. Oh, you got to check that beautiful Christmas stocking, right? In addition, hunter green. In addition, also burgundy and ruby red.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
Of which I have all those clothes. But I do have a tendency to get a little bit like Barney the dinosaur, because one day I walked into my closet. I said, why is everything purple? That ever happened to you, Steve? Like you buy these trendy, like you just go on these binges? Or you're just like even Steve. Well, even Steve.
Well,
didn't mean for that to be.
Well, there was one year for my birthday. Let's see. I think it was my 32nd birthday. I didn't go on a clothes rampage, but for some reason, I just got this inkling or this want to go out and buy 2, 3, 4 pairs of shoes. I don't know why, but I did.
Such a problem.
Well, actually,
women kind of don't mind that problem, Steve.
But I mean, I can see a man having 2 or 3 pair. That way he can switch off. But
yeah,
but
that day you felt like binge shopping.
Yeah, but I did go on a little bit of a shoe rampage shopping. It was just that year.
Okay.
The next year I just had, I had those
There's
shoes.
nothing wrong. I mean, once in a while you got it, Okay, next.
Live a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. What else?
No, you just you have to live a little. You can't just sit there like a hermit and not do anything.
And thank you for the good point, Steve. Okay. Now, every day you hear me talk about frugality, right? Mm-hmm. There is a big difference between living a frugal life and living oh my gosh, I'll never, ever, 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 ever treat myself to anything like. I never once would advocate that. Please make sure that you treat yourself to something, excuse me, once in a while. Because if you don't do that, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to live the frugal life. It's counterproductive. Make sure you do something a little mad crazy with some little mad crazy bucks. There you go.
Yeah.
And yes, I said it.
No, I did that. No, I did that on my birthday. I went. Let's see, what did I do for my birthday in case those that don't know? I went to a little bit of a nice restaurant locally, slightly out of my price range, but it was well worth it. And I also bought myself a long time awaited bottle of cologne that I was wanting.
Oh, I remember that. I know you wanted that.
Yeah. So
I remember that. Good for you. Good for you. And I'm in the contemplation stage of what mad, crazy birthday thing I'm going to do. Now, Patty from the Life with Patty channel says, asked, she wanted to know what was my first pet. Technically, it might have been a chick or a turtle, but my pet first was a canary named Tilly. We had 2 canaries, Tilly and Willie. Yes, don't ask. I was age 7. She wanted to know how old. Also had, like I said, a turtle, and later on a miniature toy poodle named Gigi. Let me tell you something. When it comes to pets, they come near and dear to your heart, and then when something happens, it breaks it. I'm really not in the mood anymore to deal with that heartbreak of losing a pet. I just at this time in my life.
Hard. Yeah.
You just love them so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, Patty said, "Would I ever consider leaving New York?" No. I said, born here, die here. I love New York. New York is in my blood. You could take me out of New York and put me in another state for a few years. Been there, done that. I didn't even want to get an ID on that state because I was like, no, but you will never take New York out of me. And that's when I made the conscientious decision. I'm a New Yorker for the rest of my life. I will die here. Happily. Maybe expensively, but happily. I love New York. I'm a New Yorker. Now, Steve, should I finally turn on the comments?
Yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of comments, I don't know if he's still watching, but I would like to say howdy back to Walt. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, I am smiling. I'm not, aside that it's your birthday, I don't want to come on alive and be frustrated and miserable. That's not the point.
I wouldn't want that. Not on this channel. You and I love to have happiness on our channel.
Yeah, and I have to. Yeah, W. Sue, thank you very much for saying.
Wait a minute, I got to put on my comments. I didn't put it on yet.
For me, because I just finally broke down and treated myself. It'd been about 3 years, and
holy smoke! I love you guys. Hey there, W. Sue. Hi, Pam. How I love you. Thank you, dear. Wanda, how you doing? Thank you, dear. Veritas News Network. Yes, happy birthday. Thank you so much. W. Sue, 62, just a baby. Well, you want to know something? I'm literally 62 going on 12. I will never leave 12, right, Steve? That's my favorite year. It's the truth. Someone wanted to know what my favorite age was. I will always say 12. I had a lot of fun at 12. I'm sorry. I did. Any of my friends remember me at 12? Well, the couple that I was really close with, I lost touch with. We went to high school. Where are you, Antoinette? You know who you are. Oh. But Jane remembers me at 13, 14. Yeah. Okay, W. Sue, just a baby. W. Sue, how old are you? You're probably like 40. You're trying to make me feel good. Adam! Thank you, Adam. How are ya? Walter Fector. Thank you, Walt. Guess what? An hour ago, we probably would not have had this opportunity. Karen Van Wyck. I did not know our birthdays were so close. When's your birthday? Happy birthday to you. Yours is on the 12th. When you will turn 58. I'm jealous. You are 4 years younger than me. Enjoy your birthday, dear. 58 is easy. I like 58.
Yeah.
Walt. Howdy, Steve, and everyone. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was nice. Granny Prepper, good morning back at you. Happy birthday, beautiful 62. You know why I'm young? There's young next to me. Young and fine. We goof on that because it's a long story. We used to work together. All right, Michigan lady, very happy birthday. There goes the bird clock. Thank you, Michigan lady, always. W. Sue, nice to see Steve smile. Steve always smiles.
Well, no, there has been 1 or 2 lives, and I went back and watched myself on playback, and I'm like, oh my gosh, who peed in my
W. Sue is right. I'm busting your chops.
I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean to use that example, but there was one live that I did that I did not have.
What did you say? Did I miss something there?
But
what did I miss that you just said?
Hi, Lee. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I need to play catch up as well. Yeah.
Adam, thank you so much. Adam, right now, Adam, I'm glad to have your direct attention. Right now, my page is down. The Facebook page that you and I communicate, it is down. It's going to be under reconstruct. And when it comes back, then I'll let you know. Granny Prepper. Yes, pen, paper, calculator. I don't trust technology. I have a love-hate relationship with technology. I love it because I get to do what I'm doing right now. I hate it because for 8.5 hours without sleep, so I'm a little bit of a grump. 8.5 hours without sleep, so I think I slept 1 hour the whole night. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Okay. Thank you, by the way, for your well wishes, everyone. Love you all. Violet, hey, Vi. Happy birthday, baby sis. Oh, Thank you, big sis. Love you so much. Love you so much. Hey, I got to show you something that my big sis sent me. Am I in my freaking glory? Look at this, Steve.
Wait a minute. Aha.
Aha. You told me that this was a popcorn factory, and I thought it was a popcorn maker, but it's already done up. I love my popcorn. Thank you, Violet. Love, love, love.
Yeah, because I'm familiar. Because when you mentioned the popcorn factory to me, I'm familiar with the company, and that's what.
Wait a minute. Guess what, Steve? You and I just went to the laundry room with W. Sue.
Oh wow! So just to be funny, are we on Rinse or on Spin?
We get around.
No,
DB, I love you to pieces. You are my one and only. You know who you are, DB. My one and only. Love you so much. Wow. And my grandchildren too. Adam, for some strange reason, your Facebook Messenger isn't working. You want to know why it's not working, Adam? It's overloaded.
Yeah.
It's overloaded. I don't know how come, but not how come. Thank you guys. Tons and tons of people are flooding it with well wishes for my birthday. I am truly blessed. I didn't do anything to deserve it. Really, I didn't. I just love you guys so much. Let's see, Adam, unless you deleted it. No, I didn't do anything to it. You call it Messenger. You're talking about my page that you communicate with me on. That page is gone. I am making a new one. That's what I was trying to tell you. I don't like the way the page was turning out. I have to reconstruct it. W. Sue, purple, my favorite color. I like when I go in my closet to clean it out. I find a top and think this was my favorite. This was my favorite? Yuck. You know what? As a, one gal to another, I totally relate to it. Like, ever look at like styles from, let's say, 10 years back and go, how the heck? Like you're watching on a TV show and say, oh, I used to have that. And then you look again and go, did I really walk around like that? Or look at an old picture, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Especially the 80s, right? The big hair.
Yeah. How can we forget the jewelry, the big earrings, the big hair, the bright, flashy colors? Well, the 80s I can identify with because,
that was your time.
Right.
I'm a 70s teenager. Like, for me, the 70s was the bomb. Right. And by the way, I have to reiterate this. I was not 25 years old in the 1960s. So for anyone who thinks that I was, just because I like old music from the 60s, I was not 25 years old. I would be like 80 something right now. Okay. I was a little kid, a little girl that loved music. Wow. What?
Well, no. Well, look at me, again, when I think of the 70s, of course, we know the bell bottoms and the platform shoes and the afros and all of the, the leisure suits and all of that. But look at me. Here I am born in 74, but I have no problem listening to a little Chuck Berry, the Platters.
You know more about 50s music than I do.
I love the 50s. I would love to just get in a time machine like Michael J. Fox did and go back to that time. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
All right, Steve knows the answer to this one. Steve, I know you know the answer to this one. Maybe somebody out there take a guess. What was my very first favorite rock and roll tune when I was like 2 years young?
Okay.
I know you know the answer.
I do, but this good song, by the way. That's all I'm going to say.
My Facebook friends might know it because I put it on a lot. Facebook friends, are you there? Are you there? My very first intro song, and let me tell you something, my mother used to love it. So I think that's how I love it. I used to stand against my crib. I remember this. I had a green crib. I used to stand next to like the bars and go dance into it all the time. Every time it came on, I loved that song. I'll tell you guys in a minute. Let's see. W. Sue, purple, okay. You did that one. Good for you, Steve. Oh, okay. Walt says, my favorite colors are blue, orange, and gold. Did I ask you that? Just wondering. But it's good to know. Walt, your high school colors, W. Sue.
Whenever
What, dear?
Now my favorite colors is pretty simple. Think of a bruise, black and blue. I hate to be no, it really is because they go together so well.
By the way, Steve, you reminded me of a thumbnail. Okay. All right. I love YouTube to death. Okay. And sometimes if you pose a certain way, well, no, that's the trick. If you pose a certain way, this is a YouTube trick where you make a thumbnail for like beyond 5 seconds, it'll capture your image. So I was looking through some of my prior videos, and we have the split screen, you and I speaking. There's one, Steve, you're backhanding me in it like this. It looks like that. YouTube,
right? They're the ones that selected it, not us. That's them.
I didn't select. They selected it.
But
so I had to pick a better one. You're like this.
God. I know.
Look at you ready to like zig my hand off.
Yeah, I'm glad you chose something else. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad I chose something else too. That was hot. It's not you. Some of them I look like I'm ready to bite somebody's head off too. Like tomorrow's going to be really good. Anybody catch my thumbnail for tomorrow's show? You see Debbie like this. You see me like this. You see Steve and I like that.
Yeah.
The only one that looks like pretty like the most sweetest, innocent expression is Ellen from Ellen's Abundant Life on Less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next. Whenever you think of the 70s, what is this now? Who said this? Wait, where am I?
Whenever he thinks of 70s.
Whenever he thinks of 70s music, he thinks of Curtis Mayfield. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
All of those are good. Yeah.
Any of my G-Night friends out there, they know what I mean by that. G-Night, going back to our school, we grew up with that music. That was our stuff. Curtis Mayfield, all that stuff. Keep on trucking. I mean, yeah. I mean, we watched our Soul Train. What a time to be a teenager in the 70s.
Yeah.
It was nice being class of 76. Just saying.
Good musical year, that's for sure. Music.
I still keep good in touch with them to this day.
But think about the year that you graduated. Look at all the different genres you had at the time. Disco hadn't become too campy.
Stop rubbing it in, Steve. I like when you say, look at all the different genres.
What am I?
It sounds kind of ancient.
No, you know how to take me on that. But you had your rock, you had your disco, you had your R&B, your soul. You had that panoramic, choice to pick.
No. All joking aside, I grew up with a broad. Hate to use the word spectrum. I grew up with a broad spectrum after today. But actually, yes. All joking aside, I don't regret it. But I was not 25 in the 1960s. Just because I love the song "Walk Away, Renee" in 1966, but that was not the first tune. Okay, Steve, what's the answer to when I was 2 years young? The song.
Okay, guys, this is an easy one. I'm just going to say this, but I'll say the answer. Think Stagger Lee. And the song that you liked as a 2-year-old in your crib was the follow-up, "Because You've Got Personality" by Lloyd Price.
Yes, yes. When I get back to Facebook, I'm posting all my faves, and that has to be on today. It was my very first rock song. The other one that I don't know if I mentioned, well, I mentioned it to you. When I was about 4 years young, my mother loved "Groovy Kind of Love" by the Mindbenders.
The Mindbenders. Mm-hmm.
And she used to sing it to me. Love you, Mom. We always had that groovy kind of love. This show is for you. Now let's see. Walt, your high school colors of W. Sue. When we did that. Oh, W. Sue, Bend Me, Shake Me. Yeah, that was good. Great colors. You like Alan Parsons. They're interacting. Good. That's good. Your high school colors were black and orange. You attended Halloween High.
Well, I'm pretty sure he knows this, and you do as well. Speaking of Halloween, well, we won't go there, but that's my date of birth, not by choice, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing in this world. I mean, I'm very pleased that I was born on that day, and I know the true meaning of it. But that's how. I
know that you do because I know you very well. Let's see. W. Sue goes. My first album was Jan and Dean. You can't get away from those Jans now, can you?
It's the little old lady.
I love them too. Jan and Dean was
Oh,
great. What?
speaking of Jan and Dean, some may know this and some may not. But before you had Jan and Dean, you had Jan and Arnie.
Who's that?
They had that's what led up to Jan and Dean. They had a big song back
You're
in
stumping
'58.
me on my birthday. No, I never heard of that one, really.
It's called Jenny Lee, and they did a song called Baby Talk, and that's kind of like where it started to transition.
Oh,
Yeah,
Surf
so
City was good. Yeah, oh yeah, very good.
yeah, that's
Oh
very
wow, Steve. You know, I have one day, Steve, on your channel, we have to do a music show.
that's fine.
But it's your channel, so you make up your mind. But I'd be
Okay, fair
I'll be
enough.
more than happy to sit in because you and I could talk about music like 15 hours a day. Just saying, just saying. Isn't this a nice break from not using that word? You know what I'm saying, everybody. So sick of it all already. That's the only thing I'm going to say, and I'm done of that word. Just reduce. Oh, people want my advice. Reduce your time watching the news. Can't do a thing about it. Just do the right thing. You know what that is, whatever. Just don't sit around watching that negative information all day, and be yourself. Someone that I know was told that they keep their head in the sand. That's not keeping your head in the sand. That's making good intentional choices. You keep doing that. Good for you. What's before your time? W. Sue, how old are you, or how young are you? You don't mind me asking. I mean, if I could say I'm 62, you could share that you're 32. Let's see. Well, anyway, let me see if there's anybody else got a question before we wrap it up, because my battery's draining. I'm at 27%. What?
Actually, I actually go well. I'd like to comment on two. One, you can't go wrong with the Ramones, Walt. They're great. I mean, Rock and Roll High School, Blitzkrieg Bop will always
I
be
think they were overrated, Walt. Oh,
But-
yeah, Ramones.
Yeah.
There's life beyond the Ramones.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get all the Ramon people go. Jackson.
Well, hey, I
Slapping
want
on them.
to be sedated, but that's a little joke. No, Adam had an interesting question about turning 40. And
Where's Adam's question?
it's further up. He says he's turning 40. Can I?
For you. Guys,
I-
next year you're turning 40. What do you want? Sympathy? I'm not giving it to you, buddy.
No, I was going
I'm kidding.
Adam
knows I'm busting his neck.
This is what I'm going to say about the age of 40. They say that life begins at 40. Sorry, guys, life does not begin at 40. Life begins in your 30s. That's at least it did for me.
I agree with you, Steve. 30s.
By the time you hit your 40s, you're going to start to mellow out. The little things will become less important, as you mentioned. Don't sweat the small stuff.
That's true.
It's basically you've been there, done that. You're just starting to mellow out, and you're trying to evaluate your life a little more. At least
that's the age where you're in the crossroads of making decisions. In my age bracket, I believe, this is my experience, you look for simplicity. You try not to keep things complicated. So if you could do things a little easier, if you could stress out less, the less objects you have to worry about, kind of thing. So simplicity is when you get older. It brings peace. It brings peace.
Yeah, simplicity.
What else?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Christmas and birthday greetings to one and all. Janet, enjoy your special day. Walt, you're just saying that because we're going to talk again at 1:00. Let's see. Elaine Dare. Hey, happy birthday to me. Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that, Walt. I know your colors, Walt. Let me see. Oh, Alan Parr. I know. He says new comments. Okay. Okay. Abby Rowe the Bee. Okay, now, Steve, you probably never heard anybody say this on a live show.
What?
And I'm probably going to hear a lot of slack for it, but I can't help it. It's my birthday. I'm going to say anything I want. And it's ironic because, that birthday tune from the Beatles, I definitely love. But, got to spit it out. I think there's just too much stuff about the Beatles. I want to hear more about things like from Metallica or other bands or Def Leppard. Beatles are great. God bless them.
So now we're bleeding black. So now we're bleeding into the 80s and the 90s, are we now? Okay.
But you know I've been bleeding that for a long time, Steve, so this is no shock to you.
But what you need to do though is, I mean, you post it from time to time, but if I can't tell you what to do, but if you don't want people, well, I can't. I better not say that because I post 50s music, and I'm not.
I'm probably going to get a lot of slack for the Beatles comment, but I can't lie, and I'm being myself. You have to understand, I grew up in real time when they went on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Right, in 64.
So when you're like pushing, 62, you don't want to hold your hand 5,000 million% time. There's life beyond the Beatles, and one of them, the Beach Boys, just say it.
I mean, if we're going to do the Beatles, give me Paperback Writer. I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Walt. I'm sorry. It's too much, this Beatle and Ramon thing. It's too much.
Wait a minute now.
We gotta have a show, Steve, a music show.
No, it's not
that.
I'm looking at W. Sue's comment. AC/DC, okay. Do you prefer the Bon Scott years, or do you like the later, after Bon Scott passed? Me, I can go either way. In that respect, I mean, who doesn't like AC/DC? I mean, it is a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
It's just that, to constantly, the Beatles, they were memorable. Yeah, they broke, the ice in many ways. God bless them. Fast forward 55 years later, come on, enter other bands, man. Keep your mind open, What about the Association? What about their harmonies? What about the Beach Boys? Come on now. Just saying.
I get around.
Oh, we got to do a music show. That's it. Okay. Before your time, get back. No idea. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I think I just had a controversial show. But it's okay. It's my birthday.
No, I mean.
Well,
if you felt that way about the Beatles, I'd hate
to have that.
Well, wait a minute. I would hate to see how you felt about Wings, like Band on the Run.
I didn't care for Wings.
Oh, wow. Really?
Ask Walt. Walt knows that. He can verify that. I thought that was a very bad direction. I did not like Wings.
What about Paul McCartney as a solo artist? Now, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, keep in mind.
There goes 600 subscribers.
No, it shouldn't be like that. But
no. If you express your true feelings on this platform, sometimes you lose them. But I can't lie. I think there's more to life than the Beatles.
There is. No, I mean, that's just a.
What about the Left Bank?
What about the Monkees? Well, okay, they had a TV show, but the Monkees, they had a few pretty good songs.
Because of that TV show, some people did not take them seriously enough, which was sad because they were excellent musicians that did more than that sitcom.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows it's Wendy. She's so cute because she's Wendy.
I always like Cherish by them.
Yes, the harmonies, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the harmonies. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, listen, Beatles aside. Oh, God, I can't wait. I could just hear the moaning now in the crowd. Janet said that. Yeah, I said it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your time. I can't believe that I'm not going to jinx it, but it held up. So thank you for making my birthday very special. When I climb off of YouTube, I'm going to have to do some technical stuff that I will be over to Facebook to reply to my faithful, sweet people on Facebook who have been there for like about a decade. Thank you. Love you. Walt. The Monkees had a great, yes, they did.
Voice and Heart, yeah. I wonder what she's doing.
Paul Revere, the Raiders. That I couldn't think fast enough. Thank you, W. Sue. What, Steve?
Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart, they had that song, I Wonder What She's Doing Tonight. Um, Paul Revere on the radio. Yeah, the Great Airplane Strike. Good thing. Well, wait a minute. W. Sue said Paul and, well, of course we know they
love Paul Revere on the radio.
Solo. But I like George. I like Ringo. I liked them all. I can't really say.
I loved the Beatles growing up, but they were not the only.
No.
This is where I have the ish. They were not the only. What about the Blues Magoos?
Right. Yeah.
Just saying. Well, I get very heated with music. Okay, thank you, Pam. Love you. All right, listen, we got to go. Thank you for your time. I can't believe that we had this chat. I can't believe I got into it about the Beatles. Yeah. And you know what, Steve? Guess what? If that subscriber count drops, then, well, I learned a lesson. Shut your mouth about the Beatles.
Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for the plus in this. But
you know what? We should always be entitled. I mean, we live in a world lately. I just want to close off here. We live in a world lately where it's like you can't have an opinion.
Oh, I know.
I love the Animals. Eric Burden.
That's another one. Yeah.
In my opinion, House of the Rising Sun was the best rock and roll song in history.
Don't Bring Me Down, another song they did.
I know.
Kind of has that early garage sound to it.
That's it, Steve. We got to do a live on your channel about music.
Okay. We'll have to put our heads together.
Yes, we do. Now, listen, before this thing juts out, tomorrow, please come back. I know, another live show, 11:15. Special show. We're not going to goof around about music, but today was my birthday, so I said, what the heck? 11:15, get back to basics about saving money, saving our sanity, talking to Debbie, talking to Ellen. Steve, how are we all going to fit in this screen here?
Well, it was like I was telling you. Well, you know you've done 3 because it was you, me, and Debbie. But I don't know about 4. You may have to shuffle us around.
Well, we'll practice in the broadcast studio prior, in the waiting room of the studio. Right. Okay. All right, everybody, have a safe, wonderful day. And I'm going to enjoy some birthday cake later. And 62 started off with a bang. Bye, everybody.
Bye.